Alright, here I am with my very last video for you of the whole year. It's very sad. Gonna be looking at numbers. Sorry, I'll pull myself together. Gonna be looking at numbers 112 through 115, page 28 of our book. And we start with 112 down the road. The only thing that I see here that's really important that we take note of is the key signature. Over there at the far left, after the treble clef, but before the 4/4 time signature, we see that B flat sign. So that reminds us that anytime we see a B, which in this case it looks like there's actually only one B in that very second note, it's going to be a B flat. So first valve instead of second valve. Okay? So here we go. Down the road, number 112. It's going to sound like this. Nothing too crazy there. Leads us down to number 113. And boy, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of that one. Not really sure what it's going for. I don't speak Welsh. So here we have number 113. We see that same exact key signature, a B flat. I see a lot of dotted half notes. So that's going to give us 3 beats when we see a dotted half note. And I see it's marked MP, mezzo piano, medium soft. So here we go. Here's 113, moderato, nice medium tempo. 113 is going to sound like this. 1, 2, ready. Nice, pretty tune there. That leads us down to 114. And we can see right above 114, we're being introduced to a couple of new words. These are super important words. And they show us some articulations. Articulation means the style that we play the note, how we play the note. So usually what it means almost all the time is what we're doing with our tongue inside of our mouth. So far, the articulations that we've seen have been either you tongue notes or you slur them. So you either tongue notes or you slur them, so you don't tongue at all. And that's kind of been all that we've seen so far. But there are a ton of other articulations, and we're being introduced to 2 of them now. So the first one is called a legato articulation, and that's that little line that you'll see either above or below a note. And like it says right there, that's going to be a smooth connected note. So legato tonguing would be like this. Nice soft sound, only a little teensy tiny little bit of separation, as opposed to regular tonguing might sound like this. Legato again would be smoother and more connected. So you can see the tempo is the same, it doesn't change the pulse of it, just sort of a more smooth and connected sound. And the next one is staccato, which means separated. So there's going to be a nice shortness and lift to the note. So staccato notes would sound like this. Oh, excuse me. So here's some regular notes followed by some staccato notes. Here's regular. So again, you can see the tempo doesn't change, but we just leave a little extra space in between the notes. So if we look now at 114, and we see, I had forgotten, we had already also talked about accents, right, which are those little sort of greater than looking signs, little arrows, like we see in 114 at the very end. Remember, those just mean we're going to put a little more force at the beginning of the note. So if we look at 114, we've got a measure of just regularly tongued notes. We've got a measure of legato notes, a measure of staccato notes, and a measure of accented notes. Other than that, nothing too crazy happening here. We know all these pitches. It's all quarter notes going through. So here we go. Here's 114, thinking about our tongue and our mouth and what it's going to do differently to get these different sounds we need. Here we go. Here's 114. 1, 2, ready. So subtle, tiny little differences, but really, really important differences as we go through and see more and more of this as we come along. And you'll hear that in our very next one and our very last one. Oh, I'm gonna crack it. Get it together, Wallace. Sorry. So here we go. Here's 115. I see lots of different articulations, legatos there on some of those first C's, and then staccatos right after that. I don't see any accents in this one, but I do see some slurs. I see some dynamic changes. I see some breath marks. We're in the key of F again, which means we got that B flat in the key signature, first vowel. Although looking through, there's one B flat that we've got to be ready for. And other than that, this one's pretty straightforward, but what we want to focus on are all of those different articulations, those staccatos and legatos. Here we go. It's marked allegro. I'm going to play it a little slow the first time through, and then I'll play it a little faster just for fun. But it is marked allegro, so that's pretty quick. But here it is a little slow, number 115, Overture to William Tell. I would guess that some of you might recognize this tune. Here we go. Like I said, a little slow this first time. 1, 2... A little quicker, a little more up to the speed it's meant to play, or meant to be played, would sound like this. 1, 2. I'm so sorry, I was getting emotional about this being our last time through, and I was just thinking about how much I'll miss you when I mess it up. So let me try that one more time. 1, 2. Alright, this has been our last in our series of Sound Innovations videos for you guys. I hope that it's been helpful. I hope that everybody's doing well. Again, like I've said in every other video, if there's anything I can do for you, please, please, please let me know. Reach out. I'm here to help. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you're enjoying, well, I'm filming this on Sunday. Today hasn't been a great day weather-wise, but we've had some great days. I hope you're all enjoying it. I hope you're all getting excited for summer. Get out your trumpet and play it every couple of days. Don't need to practice every day, but definitely get it out. Otherwise, when you get back in August to start band again, it's going to be like you're starting all over. Your mouth won't be in good shape for it. So make sure you're just every now and then pulling out your trumpet to play. Thanks a lot, guys.